At this time, Radio Cayman now goes live to a public meeting. This is the Honorable Dwayne Seymour, also known as John, a candidate for the elections in Bodden Town East.
Tonight we give you thanks for one more night, Lord. We thank you for journeying with us through this week of meetings. And as we come tonight, another night, we ask for your divine presence. And we ask that you will guide us and protect us. And Father, we ask that you will give us the victory one more time. As we look to you, we tell you thanks. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly. Now we'll have the national song. DJ. Thank you. You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, those listen to us streaming on Radio Cayman, tomorrow is an important day in the history of Cayman. Tomorrow is an important day for Bodden Town. We can't change, and we won't change. John has led us faithfully, with good vigor and vision for Bodden Town. At times I wonder how he can endure, because he's everywhere. John is proven. We know what he can do, but we don't know what the newcomers will be capable of doing. So keep your head steady. And tomorrow, when you go to the polls, vote number 2, John Seymour. Yeah. Also, ladies and gentlemen, when you go to the polls tomorrow, it's very important that you not only answer the questions on the referendum, but you vote. Make sure that you vote first and answer the questions secondly, because you may forget to put that important X where it's needed. So vote number 2, then you can move forward on to your referendum questions thereafter. Please do that. Vote for John Seymour to represent Bodden Town for 4 more years. I have worked with Mr. Seymour under 2 ministries, and I can tell you that there's no better person to work with. He does not force your hand. He will ask you can you look after this for me? Can you look after this person for me? Can you take care of this for me? Never one day of anger or anxiety. He's always looking out for the people of Bodden Town. And that's why tomorrow we need to vote for number 2 again and put him back as our MP. At this time, I'll ask Ms. Christine Ann Mitchell to come and do an endorsement for Mr. Seymour. Mrs. Mitchell.
Good night, everyone. It is so good to see you all on the eve of this 2025 general election in the Cayman Islands. My name is Christine, and I will be sharing a little information on the voting process and giving an endorsement to our current representative and best candidate in this Bodden Town East race, Dwayne John Seymour. Ladies and gentlemen, please check to ensure that you are on the list, as only registered voters can vote for their chosen candidate and take part in the referendum. The website address is elections.ky. Please see me after if you would like me to check the website for you. There's a total of 25,643 people that are registered to vote in this 2025 election. The highest constituency is West Bay South with 1,773. Second is Bodden Town East with 1,760. And third is Bodden Town West with 1,744. The lowest is Cayman Brac East with only 521. Hopefully, Cayman Brac East results will come in first tomorrow night, and we trust the winner will be the Honorable Juliana O'Connor Connolly. Tomorrow, God's willing, all Bodden Town East people must go to the Francine Gardner Hall to vote. The hall is located by the Turley McCoy Primary School on Condor Road. Contact the Bodden Town East office at 328-7376 if you need a ride to and from the Francine Gardner Hall. No cell phones, radio, pagers, iPads, tablets, smartwatch, or other type of communication equipment are allowed inside the polling station during polling. You can leave these outside or at home. You must present an ID, such as your voter's registration card, your passport, or your driver's license. If your ID has expired, take that with you. Or if you do not have an ID at all, you can still vote. Please go to the Francine Gardner Hall and they will sort you out. Do not stay home and use this as an excuse. Ladies and gentlemen, it is extremely important that you come out bright and early tomorrow to exercise your democratic right. As many people, especially women, fought for the right to vote, so we must continue to honor them and let our voices be heard loud and clear. Remember, you can vote for only one candidate, one person, one vote, one X only. If you need assistance when you go into the polling station, please ask for the presiding officer. Do not put any markings on the ballot paper, no name, no signature, only the X in the appropriate area. Do not leave the area blank. Do not leave the area blank. Do not leave the area blank, as the ballot will be rejected. Therefore, all Bodden Town East voters, you must put your X by number 2, Dwayne John Seymour. Make sure you mark your X. Go in there and vote for John, who is the best candidate. Do not leave it blank. You have no voice. Mark your X and you have your voice. The ballot paper will only have 2 names, as only 2 candidates are running in Bodden Town East. John is number 2. Go down to number 2 you will see his surname, which is Seymour, then his first name, Dwayne, then his pet name, which is John John. Next, you will see his picture, then the PPM logo, and next to that is an empty box. That is where you mark your X. After you have marked your X for John John, go down and mark an X in the yes box or the no box by the 3 questions on the referendum ballot. If you feel that you have made a mistake, ask for a new ballot paper. After you have completed voting, hand back the ballot paper folded. You must have it folded like this. Give it back to the presiding officer. The presiding officer will tear off the stub and give you back the voting ballot. You must then put that in the box yourself. You are done. Go back home and relax. Come out later for the celebration party. Yes. No, you cannot wear shirts like this when you go to vote tomorrow. Just wear something plain and something else, but don't wear no red shirts, not these. Okay? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as you're all aware, we only have 2 candidates running in Bodden Town East in this 2025 general election. Candidate number 2, Dwayne John Seymour, is the best one as he is caring, honest, hardworking, devoted, experienced, and has a proven track record and stable leadership to get the job done. He will hit the ground running on the 1st of May 2025 to continue working on the growth and revitalization initiatives for 2025 to 2029 in Bodden Town East. Make sure you get one of these so you can see all the plans. If you want to get them achieved, then we have to put John John back in. I have known John John all his life, as we both grew up as neighbors in Gun Square area of Bodden Town. John John was a good little boy growing up, and to the best of my knowledge, was never involved in any wrongdoings. John John was raised by his late grandmother, Miss Carly Jervis, and his mother, Carol Stevens, affectionately known as Miss Petals. Also, his aunts, Ronnie, Meredith, Debian, and Blossom, assisted in his upbringing. He was taught good manners and to always be respectful, especially to his elders. He attended Sunday school from an early age, and even when other young men felt that they were too old to go to Sunday school, John John continued. Today, you will still find John John at church with his family. From such humble beginnings in Gun Square, our John John grew up to be a successful businessman and our Bodden Town East representative. What an amazing accomplishment. I am so proud of him and all that he has achieved over the years in his personal life and as our representative for Bodden Town East and the Cayman Islands. I know that John John is not perfect. In fact, no one is. But our John John is perfect enough for us in Bodden Town East. John John is a good father, he's a good husband, he's a good friend, he's a good brother, he's a good son, he's a good uncle, he's a good nephew, and a great representative too. John John cares about all of us. I recall when my sister Ellen had a triple bypass surgery at Health City, Dr. Bernard would come often and say that Minister Seymour called to find out about you, Ellen. He calls all the time, he stated. Yes, Dr. Bernard, they have a close relationship, I responded. Ellen is like a second mother to him. Thanks, John John, for always caring about us and treating us like family. I would like to end my endorsement for John John by reading this quote by Maya Angelou. Still I rise. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness. But still like air, I rise. Tomorrow all of us will raise you up, John John. We love you no matter what. You, Dwayne John Seymour, is our chosen candidate for Bodden Town East.
Thank you, Miss Christine. Well said. Remember, tomorrow, number 2, John Seymour, as you get into that booth. Our next speaker is no other than Mr. Gary Berry. Mr. Berry, please.
Surviving the hike in the pricing when we should be thriving, cause these are our islands. People come together, let's change for the better. EPM ain't no quick dives, experience delivers something.
Good night, Bodden Town East. Thank you for the introduction there, Mr. Powell. Do you all know, you already know exactly what tomorrow is, right? So we know what you have to do tomorrow. Get up early, wake up your neighbor, your sisters, your brothers, your aunts, your uncles, and drag them to the poll and vote for number 2, Mr. Dwayne John Seymour. We have to get there early. And we need all the support that we can get to get him re-elected. And to ensure no voters are left behind. Tonight, I am here to endorse Mr. Dwayne John Seymour to continue to represent Bodden Town East and the Cayman Islands on the whole. There is no other choice. Ladies and gentlemen, no other choice. The choice is clear. It's clear like night and day. Ladies and gentlemen, we need Mr. Seymour to continue the good work that he has started so we can get the job done. There is a great distinction between Mr. Seymour and our opponent. Mr. Seymour is an honest man. And Christine, relax yourself. He's an honest man. He's caring, committed, and extremely passionate to the people in Bodden Town East. His generosity can be noticed throughout the district, what the previous opponents didn't accomplish. And many people can attest to that, of the help that he has given and continue to give throughout this district. Like our opponent, when he were unelected, he vanished. Christina. Robert Bodden vanished for 8 years and did not return to the people of Bodden Town. Mr. Seymour continued to enhance Bodden Town. He continued to support his community. He hasn't stopped sponsoring various annual committee activities. Ladies and gentlemen, he will tell you all about that in a few minutes. We know what we got, like what Mr. Powell alluded to early on with Mr. Dwayne John Seymour, but we don't know what we're going to get with our opponent. I know. We're going to get to elect Mr. Dwayne John Seymour tomorrow and say no more. Don't look back. That number 2 is there clear. Like what Mr. Powell alluded to, do not choose the referendum until you mark that X for Mr. Seymour. Just look around and you will see the many accomplishments Mr. Seymour has done in Bodden Town East. Why do we want to change him now? Ladies and gentlemen, for a no, Christina, close your ears. For another do-nothing Bodden. Ladies and gentlemen, when you vote straight tomorrow for the PPM, I can guarantee you that your children's future, your future, and the Cayman Islands' future will be very prosperous with the leadership that has been proven, stable, committed, and tested, and a tested leadership you can trust to govern these Cayman Islands for the next 4 years. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm on a timer. Tomorrow, when you go to the polls again, vote number 2 for Mr. Dwayne John Seymour, and vote straight for the PPM, and don't say no more. Good night.
Forward, forward, forward with PPM. We're barely surviving the hike in the prices when we should be thriving, 'cause these are
Bodden Town, you heard it. We're moving forward with PPM and John Seymour. Number 2, tomorrow. Our next speaker is Haley Sheet. Haley, can you come to the podium, please?
forward, forward, forward with PPM. We're barely surviving the hike in the prices when we should be thriving, 'cause these are our islands. People come together, let's change for the better. PPM ain't no quitters. Experience.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Over the past few weeks, I've been watching, listening, reading in between the lines. And I'll be honest with you, I don't want a politician saying I will. I want one that will stand tall and say, I did, and I have my receipts. That's why, as a proud, young, first-time voter, I'm standing strong behind Mr. John Seymour. Why Mr. Seymour? Well, for starters, he's honest, he's approachable, and most importantly, he's present. You don't need an appointment to find him. He's not one of them leave a message after the beat politicians. If you want John, check the gas station, check the shop, check any event with food and music, he's there. And when you speak to him, you feel heard. He's not the fake kind of listener where he's just nodding and planning what's for dinner tonight. He actually listens, and he follows through. Now let me address this nonsense that Mr. Seymour hasn't done anything for Bodden Town East. To that, I say respectfully, who telling them these things? Because it can't be Google Maps. So let's roll the tape. The emergency bay at the Old Church of God relocated and now a hurricane shelter. Public beach at Peace Bay. Francine Gardner Hall at the Theoline McCoy Primary School. Fisherman's Dock. Public restrooms and cabanas. Yes, Even though they mash it down, we gonna count it. Walking track with private fencing, school bus programs, and a cemetery, because John John plans for the living and the dearly departed. You might be wondering how this young person know all of this. Well, I'm no Johnny come lately. I've lived here basically my whole life, minus the time I was away for university. From I was 3 days old, Bodden Town East has been my home. And I've always been more interested in what's going on in my community than what's going on in people's yard. So now let's talk vibes. You guys remember the back to school event? John Sport backpacks? Check. Top quality school supplies? Check. And his Christmas treats? Legendary. Children from other constituencies would be sneaking in like it's some free concert. He even had events for our seniors. Because Mr. Seymour doesn't leave any generation behind. So let's be honest. If you want 4 years of blah, blah, blah and leadership that needs jumper cable every few months, then sure, roll the dice. But if you want real action, if you want a mini hospital, the East-West Arterial Road, affordable housing for Caymanians, and a rep who shows up before the cameras, then let me be clear. Vote the man who gets things done, Mr. John John Seymour. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. If it's not broken, do not mash it up. Let's send him back to the Parliament with the confidence, pride, and full support of Bodden Town East. Vote number 2, Dwayne John John Seymour, on your ballot tomorrow.
Thank you, Haley. Well spoken. Our next speaker is a former member of Parliament that represented Bodden Town many years ago, Mr. Mark Scotland.
Thank you, George. Good night, Bodden Town East. I want to give a special thanks to Mr. George Powell as well for being our MC tonight. You know, George is a well-respected member of the Bodden Town community himself, and just having him here endorsing our candidate, Mr. Dwayne Seymour, is a big thing as well, and so we want to give him a big round of applause. Thank you, George. And what about that endorsement from the young lady, Miss Haley? And you can't forget Christine Ann with those good instructions. Remember all the things that she spoke about for tomorrow. What you can't take in there, what you can't take in there, not wear your PPM shirt, all those important things. Remember, one of the most important things to do is to take an ID. It doesn't have to be a voter's ID, but it needs to take a passport or a driver's license. And as she mentioned, even if it's expired, as long as it shows your name and your picture on it, so they can tell who you are when you go there to the voting poll. So remember all of that, okay? So ladies and gentlemen, I think I have an easy task tonight because the endorsement that Haley just gave, the other ones before, I mean, listen to all that Christine Ann spoke about as well. I have an easy job, and you all know who I'm talking about already because you know the man very well. Mr. Dwayne John John Seymour, number 2 on the ballot tomorrow. What are we going to do? So, as you all know, John John is a very close friend of mine, like a brother, like a friend, all the things that Christine Ann spoke about. I've known him for a very long time. I think John John and I speak almost every day. And I can tell you that, you know, we've grown very, very close together. We were colleagues in the Parliament before. During that time, you could always count on him as a friend, as a supporter, a loyal person in the Parliament himself, a big contributor to the party, to the country, to the district. And so I'm honored to stand tonight before you in full support of this man who has proven time and time again that leadership is about service, not just a status, that public service and public office is a duty and not a title. This man, as we know, is Dwayne John John Seymour. And John John is the clear and only choice for continued leadership in Bodden Town East. John has dedicated his life to the service of our people. He's a man of proven capability, unmatched dedication, unwavering loyalty, and again, that man is who? Number what? When we talk about leadership, we often hear the words vision, stability, and integrity. But very few leaders truly show us these qualities the way that John does. For years, he has shown us what real leadership looks like. He has led us not just with words, but with action. Consistent, caring, and courageous action. John is someone who understands the needs of the people because he has walked alongside you in the neighborhoods, in the schools, and in the homes. John knows your struggles, he knows your hopes, and he knows your dreams. So let's talk about some accomplishments, and we heard Haley talk about that a while ago. For 40 years, for example, this community wanted and waited for a boat ramp and a dock. Vital infrastructure for the district, for the boaters, even for tourism. Who delivered that? Who delivered the boat dock and the ramp? For 20 years, the students and the parents waited for a school hall at Bodden Town Primary School. Who delivered that? Who delivered the school hall at Bodden Town Primary School? These are not just projects, and they are what? They are promises that John has fulfilled. And that's just a small example of all the ones that's happened. You can, like Christina says in the manifesto, you can see it. He's talked about them in all the meetings he's had before, and we've seen them throughout the district all the years. While John has served the community for many decades in other capacities, he's been elected for 3 terms, and John has served the community with strong leadership, kindness, compassion, strength, and an unwavering commitment. He didn't just show up on nomination day a few short months ago. He's been to Bodden Town every day in our neighborhoods, in our homes, and wherever he was needed or he could contribute to the community. Whether it was helping a family in need, and George spoke about that, others spoke about that as well, he's always there. Attending functions or fighting for better health care, education, and infrastructure, John is always there. He's not a stranger to any of us. As I said, he's a brother, he's a friend, and a strong advocate for whatever matters the most. His heart has always been with the people, and if you ever need him, you know this firsthand, that he's always there. His record is not just about the laws he helped to pass or the policies he led in implementing as a minister. It's about the individual lives he has touched and the communities he has uplifted. He has worked tirelessly for our children, ensuring they have access to better education and health care and to a safer environment. He's protected our elderly, supported health care programs and services that respect and honor our seniors. And he understands that a strong future starts with investing in our people. And he's done just that, investing in people from all the ends of the spectrum. Ladies and gentlemen, John doesn't just make promises, he delivers results. As I said, John delivers results. John is number 2 on the ballot, but he's number 1 in Bodden Town East. Oh. He's a proven leader, dependable, grounded in values, and reflects the best of who we are. In government, he's been a respected leader, bringing not only heart, but also wisdom and logic to the table in challenging times. He's put our country first time and time again, making tough decisions, standing firm in the face of adversity, and giving and always doing what's right, not just what's easy. In these uncertain times, we don't need empty promises, ladies and gentlemen, or flashy slogans. We need stable leadership. We need someone we can trust. We need someone with a track record of getting things done. Who has that track record of getting things done? So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I encourage you, let's not gamble with the future. I know you're not going to do that anyway. Let's vote for the man that we know the man who's always been there, the man who will continue to fight for our families, our children, our elders, and most of all, our future. So tonight, I close up my endorsement with a reminder of what to do tomorrow. You tell me what that is. What are we doing tomorrow? Vote for number 2. Vote number 2, Dwayne, John Seymour on the ballot. The clear choice, the strong choice, the people's choice for strong, stable leadership. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Forward, forward, forward with BBM. We're barely surviving.
We're barely surviving, but John's going to keep on representing us as of May the 1st. Our next speaker is Mr. Peterkin Berry. Mr. Berry.
Forward, forward, forward with BBM. The hike in the prices when we should be thriving. Cause these are our islands. People come together. Let's change for the better. BBM ain't no quick ties. Experience delivers. Something needs to happen when it's something tried and true. To create a better future, we need you with you. We're moving forward. With BBM. Forward. With
Forward, Bodden Town East, forward.
See the light again.
Good evening, Bodden Town East. I can't hear you. Good evening, Bodden Town East. That sounds like it. Put some pep in the step tonight. This is the final countdown. So we need to take this home. Ladies and gentlemen, no joking around. We need to ensure that our boy, Dwayne John Seymour, gets 4 more years. He is deserving of 4 more years. And what are we going to do tomorrow? I can't hear you. What are we going to do tomorrow? We're going to send him home. Send him straight. Too much voltage, right? That is what we're gonna do tomorrow. Shock and awe. We need to make sure that when you go to the polls tomorrow, you vote for Dwayne John Seymour. There's gonna be 2 people on the ballot. We don't business about number 1. We're going straight to number 2. And that's all we need to do. Vote number 2, and he'll be there for you. For 4. Testing. I got to back off a little bit, I guess. But tomorrow is a serious day in these islands. And we need to ensure that everyone come out to vote. No staying home lying on your couch, watching games, doing nothing. I want you to come out, get up in the morning early, drink your coffee, your tea, have your breakfast, put on your clothes. If you need a ride, you know what the number is. If you don't have a ride, call the office, head on down to the Francine Gardner Hall, get in line. Remember your ID, identification is necessary. Make sure you have your ID. Get in line, go in the booth, and you vote. Like I said, skip number 1 and go straight to number 2, because number 2 will always be there for you, and he will always do for you. We don't need no Johnny come lately, no pram, like what Mark from Westwood say, no pram, boy, coming in this thing, you know. This is serious times. We don't need no rookies at the wheel. We want proven, stable leadership. And that's what we have. So why change it if it's not broken? We have gotten for this district over the past 8 years under Minister Seymour's leadership, more than any other politician who have served this country and this district put together. And that's a fact. So when they come to you and they say, what did Minister Seymour do? Where has he been for the last 8 years? Are they blind? Just look around the district. Look what's just happened on Friday. We opened a new public beach. A new public beach for you, the people of Bodden Town East, to enjoy. And there's more and better things to come when you give him 4 more years. Right? So, forget all the naysayers. Forget all the bloggers, because they mean us no, they don't vote, they don't support, they don't vote for Dwayne. It's you, the people of Bodden Town East, that supports him, that will elect him tomorrow. And when you do that tomorrow, when you elect him tomorrow, you have nothing to worry about, nothing to fear, because you all know he is the man for you. He is the people's man. Win, lose, or draw. We're not talking about winning, losing tomorrow. I'm just speaking in past tense. When he were not elected, he still was there for you. And now that he's elected and your representative, he has always been there. Anybody in here could tell me by a show of hand that Minister Seymour has not been there for you? A show of hand. Exactly. And we're going to change that for what? We're going to change Minister Seymour for what? A hibernating bear that just popped up overnight? We don't need that kind of representation. We want what we have, and we're going to continue what we have. So, it would be remiss of me not to give credence to my road team. I want to thank each and every one who took the time out tonight for a final rally. I want to also thank you for your support over the past few months as we campaign through the district. I would like to make a special mention to Anna, Imogen, along with all our volunteers for the hard work and dedication during this campaign. Without you all, this can't be possible. The doors that you have knocked on, the people that you have congregated with, you had forwarded to us the numbers, the numerous numbers, people that needed assistance, and we were there at our best to try and fulfill the needs. But even if we didn't reach you this time, we are still there. The office is up in Bodden, up there by Enron Plaza. We're not just empty promises. We don't make empty promises. We carry them through. We carry them through. And tomorrow when we win, with a landslide, I hope, right? Landslide? Are we going to win by a landslide or not? So tomorrow when we win and we hoist Minister Seymour up in the air triumphantly, and we walk down Freedom Street with him again, as what we did the last 4 years, 8 years, you will know that you have nothing to worry about. You have absolutely nothing to worry about. Temperature running hot now. But we are on the winding down stages now, so I don't want to steal his thunder, but I just want to let you all know that there's no other candidate able, capable to represent you in Bodden Town East. Just look at the social programs that Dwayne have been carrying for the last 16 years. Not just today, for the last 16 years. That in itself is a testament of the man that he is. For you, the people of Bodden Town East, this not will just pop up just to get your vote and disappear for another 4 years. Take a plane and go to Miami and go where like the members of the TCCP and the rest of them. We don't want no quitters. We are not going to elect no quitters for Bodden Town East or no associated member of the quitters. We want who we have, and what we're going to do? Y'all don't want to vote for John John in mind. Come on, what are we going to do? So, ladies and gentlemen, my plea to you again tonight, tomorrow morning when you get up, please, I'm begging you emphatically, go to the polls early, vote for Dwayne, John Seymour, number 2 on the ballot. Forget about number 1. Number 1 is non-existence to you, to us. We're going straight to number 2. You give him that X, you go home, relax, wait for the polls to close, wait for the count to happen, and then join us in Victory Lane, right? I want to also make a mention to all of the people who have entertained us during the campaign in their homes for all the yard meetings. We want to give you thanks, and we really, really, really appreciate it, right? It was so amusing, amazing to come to your yard, to your home for hosting us. We know you guys support us anyway, but it's just natural attrition that we say thank you from the bottom of our heart, because we take nothing for granted. We take nothing for granted. You know, you got people say, oh, Dwayne gone with this. Dwayne not gone with this until tomorrow when you go and vote. You need to go and vote for Dwayne John Seymour. And then, when the votes counted and he's victorious, then we can all break bread together, right? We can break bread together, celebrate, and be jovial and laugh and cry and sing, because we know for the next 4 years we're going to be prosperous. We're going to be taken care of. We're not going to be neglected, rejected, looked upon, because the representation and the representative that we have, we really spoil up here in Bodden Town, you know. Trust me. Because Dwayne is the only politician that I know of. If I drive at his yard 6 in the morning, you got people on there, and he's entertaining them. Where else can you go and find a politician that's open to you at any given time of the day, no matter what time of day it is? There's none. Only Dwayne John Seymour. There's no other politician to do that. And we're going to change a good working old thing for some old. Anyways, let me don't go there, right? I see Meredith, skin back her glasses done, right? So, and Christina, and so tonight is the last night, and we just want to keep it kosher, because it's need not to bash nobody else now, because we have did what we have to do to get our boy over the line. And your support tonight shows that tomorrow we taking him straight to victory lane. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? So, ladies and gentlemen, in closing, I just want to say it's been a pleasure over the last few weeks, months, campaigning. And the campaigning is not over. The job just starting again. It never stops. But you need experienced, proven leadership person to do that. You can't get a rookie to come and do a job this time as something serious like this and expect him to hit the ground running. You have to learn, you got to go just like a regular child, learn the ABCs. And that's what we want up here for Bodden East. Exactly. He need 4 years to just get the training wheels, right? So we don't need that. We want what we have, and we're going to continue with who we have for the next 4 years. So ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow morning, tomorrow the 30th of April, you get up and you go and vote straight Dwayne John Seymour and the PPM and make everything better for this country. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good night.
Forward, forward, forward with PPM. We're barely surviving the hike in the prices when we should be thriving, cause these are our islands.
You heard what Mr. Barry say. Vote PPM. Vote for John Seymour, number 2 in Bodden Town. Let's continue the representation that we've been having. Let's not change what is good. Let's not change what is not broken. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, those listening on Radio Cayman and streaming, the man of the hour, the man that has been serving us in Bodden Town East for many years and will be our next MP to continue the journey, Mr. Dwayne John Seymour. Mr. Seymour.
Hey! You don't know some my brethren, John. You know some me have to represent for your straight. PPM! You know so we're gonna take this one home. You saw me I say, yeah. You know so you me I say Bodden Town East. Yeah, we representing, so let them run there, cause you know say yeah, we have to set the thing straight, you know. Read them up! You know say John, we'll come take it to the people, cause we care about the people. You understand? The blessing, them can't stop this. One more blessing, John, I get the blessing. The blessing, grant key man watch this. John bless, PPM bless, yes, every day of our life we're so blessed. When we rise up in the morning and lay your head to rest, every day of our life, PPM bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't I have some treats for you all tonight? I'm not only talking about turtle meat. Thank you all so much. I was just in Georgetown, and the crowd down there is large. It's the largest crowd of any party, ladies and gentlemen. The PPM, vote straight. Let's take it all the way. Let's paint the town red, ladies and gentlemen. This has been an amazing journey. I thank you all. I thank all the persons throughout this journey, all of our area meetings, persons who endorsed me, persons who allowed us to use their properties. Ladies and gentlemen, all of this is very important. Yes, we didn't get out to every door, and sometimes there were dogs that ran us away. But you can believe that we still love you. You may not have been home, but we still love you. And we still ask for your vote, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you that nobody throws stones at an empty mango tree, ladies and gentlemen. And some of the strategies has been to throw stones at me, ladies and gentlemen. And let me tell you, those stones hurt. But they won't deter us from our goal, ladies and gentlemen. I want to tell you that the PPM has the most experience. The PPM has the balance. The PPM has the care for people, proven stable leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, who are you going to vote for tomorrow? Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is not the night for me. You've had manifestos placed at your house. You've had probably many manifestos placed at your house. I am telling you that when you look at the two candidates, when you need to make a decision, when you hear all the rhetoric that is being spoken on the mic, the easiest thing in the world to do is to tear people apart who are doing good work. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you that, as Mr. Berry said earlier, I am proud to be an MP for this Bodden Town district who have completed most of the things that politicians were promising for many, many years to persons in this district. And yes, that is not all. People want different things. But we have to start with the foundation, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a fighter. I fight for you. You can't even imagine the way that I fight in caucus and in those meetings for Bodden Town East. And after a fight, I shut my mouth. That's how you get things done, ladies and gentlemen. You all look so beautiful here tonight, almost everyone with a red shirt. And those who don't have a red shirt probably couldn't get one. Thank you, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you that when we talk about bad mind people, we do not need a bad mind society. We need a positive Cayman Islands. And obviously, when you're not on someone's team, they talk bad about you. And we need to rid ourselves of this kind of rhetoric that is being talked publicly. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you I have a treat for you tonight. I have a treat about those bad mind people. So ladies and gentlemen, run the Tibet.
Now this is Admiral Tibet, a.k.a. Mr. Reality. Right now, I'm going to big up Dwayne, John, Seymour, and the PPM party. I say, Philly people business and mind your own. I say, Philly John business. Leave people business alone. Leave people business and mind your own. Leave people business alone. Leave people business and mind your own. You in my way, yeah, like a rolling stone. Yeah. I like stick and stone alone. Cannot break your bone. Yeah. A David Goliath, we tossing and they stone. Yeah. Dwayne, John, Seymour, I am one Bodden Town, so leave people business alone. Leave John business and mind your own. Leave people business alone. Leave our You carry news gone, hey, and you carry news gone, hey. But that's not the use for your teeth and your tongue, hey. As they like you on the street with your podcast program, telling all your fake news to the whole of Cayman, saying Sandra say when this said and when this say Sandra say. Sandra say when this said and when this say Sandra say. Sandra say when this said and when this say Sandra said. Sandra say when this said and when this say.
Didn't I tell you I had a treat for you? We're the only constituency with the kind of vibe. Listen, you see what the opponent is. Very dry, and I'm very live. Should I drop the mic? But you know what? I got another treat for you. Not yet. But ladies and gentlemen, tonight is about me thanking you, about me seeing you, hugging you, and ensuring that if there's anyone on the fence, that we shore them up to let them understand that we have a group behind us, you, the people who love us, who understand politics, and who know how to vote right, and who has done so for the last 3 terms. Ladies and gentlemen, are you going to vote for Dwayne John Seymour? Listen, when I came up here, Mark said to me, only 10 minutes. I said, I remember what McKeever said one time ago, he said, I can't speak for no less than 45 minutes. So ladies and gentlemen, when I went down there just now, one of the things you don't know about me, I want to tell you tonight, is that I like to write poems. I don't get to do a lot of it anymore. But I want you to listen to this. I had a dream that we got 13 clean. The party we love reigns supreme. The opposition seemed so dull, they all went looking Panadol. When all is said and done tonight, the results will prove you were right. As a highlight and a serious note, we won't get in without your vote. With Joey Hugh, we are so led. Tomorrow we paint the country red. And now I close. It's the end. Shout it out loud. You love PPM! Ladies and gentlemen, they say we don't know nothing. Yeah, we're going to need an ambulance. We're going to need a couple ambulances. Well, the ambulance station is right there now. You know what the funny thing about it is? Boy, I tell you, God has a sense of humor. The building that we're voting in tomorrow. Who built that? Who built Who delivered that building? So tomorrow, when they're walking into that building, everybody, even if they thought they were going to vote for their opponent, they're going to look around and they're going to see the building and they're going to say, no way, I can't vote for him again. I got to vote for John. So, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you, we just opened the public beach. We just cut the ribbon on that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not quite finished yet, but we got some other stuff we got to do. We even put in an element of camping pods in it also. And we're going to have, as you see there, the volleyball court is there, but we're going to have a pickleball court also. Who want to play pickleball? I know I'm keeping you from eating your turtle, but I really enjoy. This has been one of my most successful campaigns. Every time we went from Frenchman all the way down to Doubloon, we thought we were going to get, normally an area or yard meeting is normally about 25, 30 people. We have not had a meeting under 100. Ladies and gentlemen, God is good. I have the pleasure tonight of having my two beautiful children right up front. One who just turned 8 and one who's going to turn 10 on the 10th of May, born on Mother's Day. To my beautiful wife right here. Give them a round of applause. Yeah, they hardly see me. And that's the sacrifice of politics. You know. So call them up when you can. Look for them. Take them a gift. Take me one too. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am here tonight to tell you that the campaign that we carried out is a winning one. I feel it. The amount of prayers I've got, the amount of prayers that you have sent, the amount of love that you have shown me is bursting through the beams. Ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't be more gracious, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. This young man who grew up just 4 houses up the road, who watched them put blacktop and tried to run on it after with bare foot, burned me up. Who watched them put lights in, ladies and gentlemen, in this town. Sometimes they talk about my friends, saying that I only hang with the same friends from Gun Square, and they get everything. And I'm saying, all right, let's look at all the candidates and tell me which one of the candidates walk around with their childhood friends for over 50 years. Friends are important. Why are they telling me to move away from my friends? They are dangerous people. My friends don't ask me for anything. They support me. So that's another lie that they're talking about. In fact, the Gun Square people would love to see me much more. But I know you all are very smart people. And tonight, I'm going to leave you all with a little winning song treat. This is the constituents of treats. They came to me and said, Turtle Meat is on the borderline of treating. And they said they were going to send in international observers to watch my campaign. If I'd give out turtle and conch and stuff. So I told them, I said, you can come from now. If I go to jail, I'm still in Cayman. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't play when it comes to my people. I love you all. You all have heard over the last couple months all the things I've done. You don't want to be bored with that tonight. You want to see me. You want to touch me. You want to reassure me that you're going to vote for me tomorrow so that I can do the work for you. Those other people want you to vote for them so that they can help themselves. It's not the case here. So, we have another meeting to go to. You all knew that? We got to go Georgetown. There's stuff happening down there, man. So you eat your turtle meat first, and then you drive on down. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much. And I know you want a treat. You want a treat? Tonight is treat night. Give me the treat.
Now this is Richie Stevens with a very special tribute to MP Dwayne Seymour, aka John from the winning party PPM constituency, Bodden Town East. Richie Stevens, step cross. Yeah, you know. John was born as a winner, and all the while, chopped like a chopper, and that style, burn like a fire. He can do it, don't believe it, cause it's only many times. Born in the ghetto, got to be smart. Can't wait till tomorrow, can't wait to start. Don't stay in the gutter, ain't nobody can stop him. Got that on him side, in my winner. The people believe in John. You know that in my winner. The people supporting John. You know that one more time in my people believe in John. You know that in my people supporting John. They love him. Yes, in my winner. Hey. Big up, John, true champion, real number one. Yes, in my John was born in a game. Everyone put up your hand and salute the champion. The man ya got a plan for each and every one. We ain't seen more of the real damn. Yes, in my champion. Good life in a game. And everybody know them can depend on John. In my winner, you know that in my winner. John, a winner. You know that in my winner.
Yo, big tune.
Richie Stevens with a very special tribute to MP Dwayne Seymour, aka John from the winning party PPM constituency, Bodden Town East. Richie Stevens, step cross. Yeah, you know. John was born.
Well, Robert, you have another achievement to catch up with him. He's now a dancer. We're going to put him right back up in that house to dance with us. Tomorrow, when you go to the polls, vote number 2, Dwayne John Seymour. We have another addition to our program, and this young man wanted to speak. His name is Kahim Daly. Kahim, can you come forward, please?
Yo, big tune, big tune, big tune, big tune.
Good night, everyone. My name is Kahim Daly, and I attend Clifton Hunter High School. I would just like to come up here and say that you should vote for Dwayne John Seymour, as he's experienced, smart, thoughtful, and kind. So yeah, if you want Bodden Town East to be in good hands, you should vote for Dwayne John Seymour.
Thank you, Kahim. Audience, you've been great tonight. We have a bit of food for you there. And tomorrow, the oldest number you need to remember when you get into that Francine Gardner's Hall is number 2, Dwayne John Seymour. And don't forget, vote first and answer your referendum questions hereafter. Thank you all so much tonight. You've been a great audience. God bless you, and be safe on the road.
Hey! You don't know some of my brethren, John. You know some have to represent for your street. PPM! You know, so we're gonna take this one home. You see me, I say, yeah. You know, so me, I say, Bodden Town East. Yeah, we representing, so let them run the car, you know, say, yeah, we have to set the thing straight, you know. Read him up. You know, say, John, we come take it to the people, because we care about the people. You understand? The blessing, them can't stop this. One more blessing. John, I get the blessing. The blessing, grant came and watch this. John bless, PPM bless. Every day of our life we're so blessed. When we rise up in the morning and lay our head to rest, every day of our life PPM bless. I miss a Frenchman, Breakers, Cherry Tree, Midland, Belford, Lookout, Gun Square, Silver Hill. And up of them a try stop right court them late. Well if of them a wicked so what them we no rate. They want back food of a John plate, but a impulse tell them straight. I am blessed. John bless every day of your life. You're so blessed. When you rise up in the morning and lay your head to rest, every day of our life PPM bless. Because God bless me up, He much over we. So when the wicked rise judgment feed them, look how much here we make it. Someday I had to don't know a party. Hands up from you, now boast now. Oh Lord, make me pick up me friend them, Pastor Lane and Doubloon. All over the world them don't know say we straight.
Best friend I come for take your life are the worst thing you could ever see. Teflon, no can a man know you a power with from your band turn on the enemy. Gideon, we no want a friend from them cause them heart it full of jealousy. I the two we used to share a glass of rum. Now you want kill me for anything. But sometimes I feel like the richest man in Babylon, and I've done my best, so everything's alright inside. Oh, every morning, I rise, I stare at the sun.
And that was a live political meeting taking place from the representative for Bodden Town East, Mr. Dwayne John Seymour, who is seeking election in Bodden Town East. That was a live broadcast coming from the Bodden Town area. You're listening to Radio Cayman, your official radio station.